This is Math 6, Lesson 5-2, Fractions with Like Denominators. To add fractions with like denominators, you add the numerators and do not change the denominator. The whole purpose is to get a common denominator. If you're already given a common denominator, you do not need to change that. So, if I have like fractions, add the numerators and keep the same denominator. With arithmetic, that means if we have something like 3/5 plus 1/5 equals 3 plus 1 all over 5. 3 plus 1 is 4, so that becomes 4/5. Algebraically, a over b plus f over b equals a plus f over b. You can't simplify that, so it stays just as a plus f over b. So let's add some like denominators. If I have 1/6 plus 1/6, that means I'm going to do 1 plus 1 all over 6. 1 plus 1 is 2. I get 2/6. 2/6 is not in simplest form, so I need to take 2/6 and reduce it. So if I took 2/6 and I divided the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2, I would get 1/3. So 1/6 plus 1/6 equals 1/3. Let's look at number 2. 10 21st plus 4 21st equals 10 plus 4 all over 21. 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 over 21 will reduce. I know the greatest common factor here is 7. So I will divide the numerator by 7, I will divide the denominator by 7, and I will get 2/3. Always make sure when you add your fractions, you give the answer in lowest terms, or in what they consider to be simplified form. 2/9 plus 4/9 is the same as saying 2 plus 4 all over 9. 2 plus 4 is 6, so 6/9. I know that's divisible by 3. Greatest common factor here is 3. 3 goes into 6 twice. 3 divides into 9 3 times. So 2/9 plus 4/9 also equals 2/3. Subtracting like fractions. You do the same thing with subtraction that you do with addition, except for you're subtracting. So you keep your common denominator and subtract your numerators. So with arithmetic, 3/5 minus 1/5 equals 3 minus 1 over 5, which equals 2/5. Algebraically, a over b minus f over b equals a minus f over b. So let's practice some problems. If I am going to subtract with like denominators, 7/8 minus 1/8. 7 minus 1 all over 8. 7 minus 1 is 6 over 8. 6/8 reduces. Greatest common factor out of 6 and 8 is 2. So if I take out the 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 6 divided by 8 is 4. So I have 3/4. 5/6 minus 3/6 is 5 minus 3 all over 6. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 over 6. Both of those numbers are even, so you should know that they simplify. So divide the greatest common factor, which is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Our last example here, 7/18 minus 5/18 is going to be 7 minus 5 all over 18. 7 minus 5 is 2. 2/18 divisible by 2. So it reduces to 1/9. Now, if the sum of the fractions results in an improper fraction, rename the improper fraction as a mixed number. We learned how to rename improper fractions to mixed numbers and mixed numbers into improper fractions last chapter, so this should just be a little bit of review. So if I have 5/16 plus 13/16, I would have 5 plus 13 all over 16. 5 plus 13 is 18 over 16. 18 sixteenths. 16 will go into 18 one time. 18 minus 16 is 2. So it'd be 1 and 2 sixteenths. 2 sixteenths, however, reduces. I can divide that by 2 and the denominator by 2. So it becomes 1 and 1/8. 11 twentieths plus 17 twentieths. 11 plus 17 all over 20. Well, 11 plus 17 is 28. 28 over 20. Well, 20 will go into 28 one time. 28 minus 20 is 8, so it's 1 and 8 twentieths. But 1 and 8 twentieths will reduce. I'll copy this down here for just a second. The greatest common factor out of 8 and 20 is 2. No, it's not 2, it's 4. Okay, so it's 4. Divide by 4. And you will get 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 20 divided by 2, 8 divided by 4 is 2. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So it's 1 and 2/5. So if ever you're working with fractions and you get an improper fraction as an answer, you must change it back into a mixed number. Otherwise, it's not considered to be in simplest form. Let's do a word problem. A board is 11/12 foot long. You need 7/12 of a foot of the board for a brace. How much is left after you cut off the piece that you need? All right, so if I'm cutting off a piece, I'm going to take things away, which implies subtraction, which means I'm going to take 11/12 and I'm going to subtract 7/12. That's the same as saying 11 minus 7 all over 12. Okay. 11 minus 7 is 4, so I get 4/12. Well, 4/12 is not in lowest terms. Okay, this can be divisible by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Since this is a word problem, I have to answer this in a sentence. So I would say that there is 1/3 of a foot left. Adding and subtracting fractions with like denominators is actually fairly simple. Just make sure that when you finish your answer, it is in lowest terms.